You've heard the claim, the gay king who wrote the Bible. Let's break that down, because the facts are even more complicated than they sound. In 1604, King James I of England authorized what would become the King James Bible, a monumental English translation used by millions. He didn't write it word for word, but he chose the scholars, set the translation rules, and approved the final edits. Some historians describe it as his political masterpiece. He shaped its tone, its structure, and in many ways, its power. Now here's where it gets harder to reconcile. This same King James, who left his name on the Bible, also left behind decades of intimate letters to a man, George Villiers, the Duke of Buckingham. These weren't subtle. I desire only to live in your heart, die in your arms, and be buried in the same grave. King James I to the Duke of Buckingham. He called Villiers his sweet child and wife. He kissed him publicly. And when Parliament accused them of indecency, James didn't deny it. He said their love was like David and Jonathan's in the Bible. And here's the contradiction. The King James Bible has been used for centuries to condemn LGBTQ+ people, but the word homosexual never appeared in any Bible until 1946. In the original Hebrew and Greek, the words referred to exploitation and abuse, not love. The mistranslation came centuries later, ironically tied to a king who likely loved men himself. So yes, King James commissioned the Bible, but he also left behind some of the most romantic love letters ever written by a monarch to another man. So no, King James didn't sit down and write the Bible word for word, but he authorized it, directed it, and his name has defined that version for over 400 years. Some may still say he wrote the Bible, not because he was a translator, but because his influence is in every chapter. And the irony? The very name used to justify the persecution of LGBTQ+ people belonged to a man who may have loved another man in secret.